One finish that I really like is French oak finishes. And today we're gonna review one that I almost passed on, but I'm glad I got it. We're talking about reviewing, tasting, and chatting about 2XO French Oak from their Oak series. I'm excited. Let's get into it. Let's go. Hey, what's up guys? My name is Carlos. Thank you for joining me here on the Whiskey Corner. Very spooky whiskey corner. Oh yeah, got this, got that, got this. Yeah, supposed to be scary for you guys. Please don't be afraid. Thank you so much for stopping by, checking out the video, and checking out the channel. Because we're friends, I'm just gonna get this out of the way. Please, if you are feeling generous and you like this content, please consider subscribing because I'm trying to get to 5,000 subscribers and you guys can help me out with that. So really would appreciate it. What are we doing today? We are going over another review. Yeah, I got some bottles to review for you guys, so I gotta get these out. We're talking about 2XO French Oak from their Oak series. So, if you don't know what 2XO is, it is 2 times oaked by none other than Dixon Dedman. Now, Dixon Dedman left Kentucky Owl. He started this 2XO and he's been pumping out some pretty good blends, right? I don't know where they really source from, or maybe I should have. They source from Louisville, Kentucky, produced and bottled Prestige Beverage Group. So, I don't know if that's who they source from, but yeah. Dixon Dedman is doing some good things. So he has a few different series on 2XO. He has the Gem of Kentucky, which was $200, which that's probably the only bottle that I don't have because I didn't want to spend $200, but I've tasted it and it is pretty damn good. It is. They have their Icon series, which is their $100 bottles. That includes the Tribute, the Innkeepers, the Phoenix, and the Kiowa. And the new one that's coming out, which is the Sneakerhead. I think it's actually out in some places, and I'm actually anxiously waiting for it to come out here in Florida, but they got that. And then they have their Oak series, which is these bad boys. They have the American Oak and the French Oak. American Oak came out, I think last year, and this one just came out now. So, what is this? This is obviously a blended bourbon finished in French Oak. I want to say staves, but they just say French Oak. It is 92 proof, and on the back, they don't say too much information, but on the back it says the French Oak blends bold notes and coffee and cinnamon arise from the secondary addition of the highly charred French oak. Introduced toward the end of the maturation, these sweeter flavors create a delicately complex balance with the spice notes from the rye in the mash bill. So the rye in the mash bill that they're talking about is 80% rye, which, you know, it's nothing to scuff about. It's not low, it's not high. It's just right there in the middle. So I want to say, like, this is different, right? Because it's a double oaked and then they introduce French oak into it. So yeah, that's definitely gonna have a different effect on a double oaked whiskey. So let's, obviously it's already popped, but let's open this, see how this pop is. Not bad. It was respectable. I liked it. You know, it was pretty good. I will say. So, all right. Love the bottle design, by the way. Just black and gold, very sleek, very sexy. Reminds me of New Year's Eve. Yeah, it is what it is. let's go in for a nose and a taste. So you're definitely getting a big dollop of caramel. Maybe caramel and brown sugar right there. There's a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of oak. Actually, no, there's definitely oak and definitely vanilla now that I think about it. It's almost like they took the stave, the oak stave, and they dipped it in like a vanilla type of whiskey. Yeah, I'm getting some cherry notes. I'm getting some baking spices. And then some like orange zest, I wanna say. Does smell pretty good, I will say that. So let's go in for a drink. By the way, the color is like a little darker honey color. Yeah, pretty good. It's a little watery, not too much legs on this one, but what do you expect from the price of this one? We'll get to the price in a second. Cheers. All right, okay. Now, I did pop this, but I haven't really like talked about the flavors, right? Oh, that was weird. Like it did like a total like 180. Okay, so I didn't really like go over the flavors. I popped it, I tasted it. Okay, here I am getting that caramel, vanilla, brown sugar, oak, right? Regular bourbon notes. But then you're getting like, so it starts off with like a nutty type of flavor. It's almost like those planter nuts canned of mixed nuts. If you've ever had that, it has like a walnut, macadamia, and peanut. I don't know what else in there, but it almost tastes like that. So it's definitely like some nutty type of flavor. Then it hits you with a little bit of spice. You get some black pepper spice and then also some cinnamon spice. Tasted a little bit of rye, and then it pulls it away and hits you with some bitter notes, almost like a dark chocolate. Cheers. Coffee grounds, right? That like bitterness taste is like a coffee ground type of taste, or coffee beans. Yeah, that's what that is. It could also be a little bit of dark chocolate. I don't know, but all right. So it starts you off with the sweet, gets you the nutty flavor, brings you to a spiciness, and then finishes it off with a little bit of bitterness before going back to the caramel. That's basically the route that it took, which is weird that it like that. I'm seeing like a street and it going down this route, but that's where all the flavors went into, and that's actually pretty freaking good for a $40 bourbon, right? It takes you different places. It's not just like, oh, this is caramel, brown sugar, vanilla, oak. That's it. You know, it definitely takes you in different types of places. So that's interesting, right? Especially for the price. Like these are $40 and I think the MSRP is 35, but I get them here for 40. They start at 50, they came down to 45, and now they came down to 40, which is a great price for them. And I actually enjoy it. I tasted the rye spice a little bit. I'm happy with my purchase, quite honestly. I think this is a pretty good French Oak Bourbon. Now, what do I score it? before I answer that question, I have a Penelope Architect here. So this is a French oak whiskey that I really, really like. So let's see how this fares off. All right, so the Penelope Architect is more sweet. It is definitely sweeter. Doesn't have that bitterness at the end. And I'm not doing a review of that one right now, but I'm not seeing like it taking you down that path like the French Oak from 2XO did, right? I think this kind of, it's holding its own. It definitely is holding its own. And the Penelope, like I said, it's like, I think maybe like 55 to 70 bucks, depending on where you go. Usually I buy them between like around 60, I think it is. And that's not bad, but you're talking about a $20 difference and it's still holding its own. I think the 2XO is pretty freaking good. But what do I score it? I want to say a 3.4. It is actually good, guys. You know, I'm a little weary more about $40 bourbons, which you shouldn't be, because $40 used to be like, 40, 50 bucks used to be like the regular type of bourbons. And now it's like, that's like considered a budget bourbon, because like bourbon prices are like average $100. So I love the fact when companies come out with a $40 or $50 bourbon. I love it, right? So I gotta commend them for that. I gotta applaud them. Now, again, 3.4 on the palm tree scale. I think it's a good one, especially if you like the French oak staves. If that's a finish that you like, I think you'll enjoy this one. Just know that it's definitely gonna take you for a ride. Well, let me know, have you tasted this one? Have you seen it in your area? Have you been intrigued by it? Do you even like French oak? Comment below. Love talking back and forth with you guys. Please do me the favors. Subscribe, because that would really, really help me out. Please like or dislike this video, because yeah, that helps out the YouTube algorithm there as well. And lastly, check out the Patreon in the description. As little as $3 a month would help out tremendously, and I really would appreciate it. Lastly, I'm gonna pour myself a little bit more of this French oak, the 2XO, and I want you to enjoy that whiskey. Cheers.